Hi, DIY Diana here. Today we're going to do a St. Patrick's craft, and our supplies are a hot glue gun and a glue stick, scissors, which I didn't bring over here, but you do need scissors, black paint, acrylic, and green. This is like a Kelly green paint, and paint brushes. I've got two because I don't want to get up and wash one off. Something to put your paint on. Diet Coke, good with any craft. A piece of wood, a thin piece of plywood, 7.5 by 7.5 inches. 2 pieces of wood cut and planed to about 1/2 inch thick. That is 7.5 inches long, and 2 that are 5.5 inches long, and a shamrock that you can buy online or at the craft store, or you can cut it on your own saw. It's about 2.5 inches big. And a piece of fabric. I chose black and white buffalo check in a 1-inch pattern that is the same size, 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches as your backing. And you need some kind of a marker to trace your fabric. And I just used a black felt marker. Okay, so that is what you need for your supplies. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to paint these are gonna frame the picture. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these. So happy St. Patrick's. They don't have to be done like really heavy or anything. And you just have to paint 3 sides. You don't have to paint the 4th side. But you do have to paint the ends. I'm going to do that really fast. Okay, so I painted the other framing pieces, and I started to paint my shamrock, and I'm going to finish it now here on the edges. And so how do you celebrate St. Patrick's? I used to make, for my kids, I used to make green pancakes and green milk, put green food coloring in the milk. And now some people have green beer. Or go to a pub, but that's not me. So we do green milk. But that's okay if that's you. Okay, so I'm just gonna get the top of this one more coat. Okay, get this paint. I should have gotten a wet cloth. Hindsight. Okay, so let me move these over here a little bit. So we can see what we're doing here. Okay, so here's my backing. And here's my cloth. There is a right side and a wrong side, so I'm going to hot glue all the way around. The backing. Okay. So that did pretty good. There's no bulging or anything in it, so that's pretty good. Now, there's two ways you could do this. My husband would say you need to nail these down, but I'm a hot gluer. So I'm gonna hot glue these down. You could wood glue them down too, but I'm gonna hot glue them down. Get it right to the edge. Take your second piece. Line it up there. I got a little bit on there. Ouch. I know better than that. This is coming up right here, so we're gonna glue that down right there. That's why I got an extra glue stick. Always have an extra glue stick on hand. Here's your frame. Get your glue boogers out. That's what I call them, glue boogers. So you have this. Now, this isn't quite dry yet, so I am going to wait a minute before I put that in. Now, there may be on the edges, there may be some fabric. Like right here, there's a little bit of fabric. That's why you should have scissors. And that's what I said, you should have scissors. So I'm gonna trim that up with some scissors. There's just a tiny bit, it's like 1/8 of an inch of fabric there. And there's some string on this side, so I'm gonna pull that string. Okay, so now we have done our shamrock. So we've got our shamrock painted and our frame made. And I had an idea while I was off camera. You could put a piece of Velcro in the middle of this and a Velcro on here, and you could change out your things in the center of it for the holidays. You could do a heart, you could do a pumpkin, you could do a ghost. Isn't that a great idea? Anyway, if you wanted to do that, because you've got the frame, you could just change that. You could put a Christmas tree in it. Anyway, just an idea. So now I've got to decide which side is my up side. So you're gonna put this in the very center of here. So I'm gonna put it right there. So I'm gonna hot glue in the middle of this, kind of all the way around. And press down. And I kind of did a little scattywampus, so it's not just straight up. I'm gonna press it down for a minute to let the glue dry. And there you have it. All done. Thanks for joining me today in our St. Patrick's frame, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.